Okay, so I'm going to hop right into the Unreal Engine. I've been playing with the materials. I'll show you how to do this. First off, you got to load your package from last week. Again, you can open that package up. You can open the UDK file, and there we go. If you can't find it, just type your first initial or first letter of your first name there, and it should go right to it. Looks like I already got one in here that I was playing around with. I'm going to add one more. So in Photoshop, what I need to do is save this as a certain file type. It's going to be TGA. It's more of a gray wall, so I'm going to name it wall gray 1. And then I'm going to go and import that in. Had to been a TGA though, so I'm going to import it. For this one, notice the naming convention stuck, so I'm going to keep that. And there we go. I got this cool new texture. Of course, now I need a material to use, so I'm going to right click new material, and I'm going to name this material the same thing, wall gray 1. Okay, and in here, and it looks like that overpowered it. So hold on, I gotta re-import this. And this is the advantage of using a naming convention, because yeah, if you one or two assets can't be, they all have to be unique. You cannot have any names the same, no matter if it's a skeletal mesh, no matter if it's whatever. It has to have a very unique name. So there we go. I'm going to click on that, and that way when I'm in here, I can use texture sample. I'm going to click and drag texture sample out. As long as that's highlighted and I drag texture sample out, it should work. I'm going to attach that to diffuse. Okay, and then I'm going to hit apply. Alright, we have a very, very basic material with just a color. That's awesome, because now we could take this material, highlight one wall, and right click, select surfaces, select adjacent walls. And then with that highlighted, I should be able to right click and apply gray wall material. And there we go. Now for the floors, what I did there is I used some of the actual texture package within the Unreal Engine. For the assignment, however, I want you to build all your own. Here's how you adjust it. Let's say I double click on the wall. I can choose to pan it. I can pan it in U. I can pan it in V. So this is how you scooch it around. I can also choose, instead of 1, I can hit 2. And what that'll do is make it really, really big. And every wall, you know, if I had it all highlighted at once, I can change it all at once. So select surfaces, select all adjacent walls. If I now change this to 2, everything changes. And if I go back to 1, everything goes back to the way it was. Okay. Same with floors, same with ceilings. Okay, that's all we're going to get into as far as laying this out. Just know that you can pan and scale. Now, you might want to save as. Let's go File, Save. That way it saves my packet and it saves my map. I'll do a simple build. close out and play. As you can see, because these things are on the wall, you know, even a dark room looks cool. But in this room, it kind of gives you a headache. So in this room, you might not want the same texture. Maybe the texture would be on this wall, but I would say this wall is too big for this type of texture. It tiles weird. I like that light. It's a very neat thing. Wouldn't it be nice if that light was a little brighter? Or cast a light. So what we're going to do here is turn off all layers except for that little light. And then we're going to turn the layer style off of it. We're going to make one more background layer, and this one's going to be black. So it just looks just like that. And we're going to save as TGA. I call this emissive, so EMM. And then go into the engine and import that new one in. Let's go back to Photoshop and find out what went wrong. So File, Save As, TGA. Okay, let's try to import that. Be inside your package, import it, and there we go. So this material here, if I double click on it, I can add another texture sample in here, this one, and just to get you started on texture making, if you click and drag this one out, this one's just the black in the light, and I could turn this into the emissive. Now this light will cast light. Okay, just change it up. It's very subtle, but it'll be nice in a room. Build all. And play an editor. Okay, so now things are being lit by this. All right, that looks really nice. So that is Texture 101 and Material 101. Keep in mind, there are a lot of different ones in here, like if I type in floor, okay? If I have only materials showing, it's going to show all the packages that have floors. And in fact, here's one. Here's another one. So this is how I found the other ones. But as I said, please make your own. This is class. You'll have enough time to make pretty much all your textures. And I would rather have you make them than use what's in the engine. Okay? All right, please move on to the next video.